We're starting. Alright. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Big game tonight, USA Panama. Nations League semifinal. Now, unfortunately, we cannot get an English feed. We can only find a Spanish feed. So that's what you'll be hearing in the background. But I can still understand some things, but not as much. Enough me rambling, let's watch the game.
En el terreno de juego, mi tocayo Danny Schwartzman.
Tocayo, ¿cómo estás? Un fuerte abrazo para todos. Una tarde muy agradable acá desde Inglewood. Cielo despejado, 22 grados. Y bueno, la entrada al momento floja, es verdad que entendiendo que el platillo fuerte es el segundo de la doble cartelera, porque bueno, ya sabemos que California normalmente es territorio tricolor.
¿Quién juega segunda hora? Por si hay algún despistado todavía, tocayo.
México o Canadá, gran partido.
También lo tendremos en esta gran jornada de Concacaf. Toquecito de Pulisic, que retrocedió y lo encontró a Richards. Va manejando la pelota Yunus Musa. Aguanta Musa en la carga sobre ese costado de Gutiérrez. Para pelota para Richards. Algo le decía Blas Pérez a Marcelo Balboa. Movía las manos cuando los invitamos a que nos acompañe con etiqueta Batallas Épicas. Envíe sus fotos y comentarios a la cuenta de TUDN USA. ¿Qué nota el ratón Blas del planteamiento de Christensen?
Le comentaba aquí detrás de los micrófonos a Marcelo que el 5-4-1 marcado de la selección panameña es algo que no estamos acostumbrados a hacer, pero obviamente yo creo que es por cuidándose y tratando de jugar a la pelota, cuando tenga la pelota Panamá, la pelota rápida para jugarlo con Fajardo en el parte del frente.
Adelanta Musa, vendrá el lateral. Se va moviendo Tyler Adams. Quería recibir el del Bournemouth. Cortó de cabeza Córdoba. Aguantaba la pelota luego. Fajardo pedía falta. Era reposición de manos para el seleccionado panameño.
We're doing a lot better with Pochettino as our
La
coach.
responsabilidad de alargar esta hegemonía de Estados Unidos en la
We're doing a lot better with him as
El
a coach.
problema que yo veo ya, mira, el equipo de Estados Unidos tiene paciencia, quiere mover la pelota uno al otro. La línea detrás de Panamá está media alta. ¿Por qué no pegar un pelotazo por arriba y que hagan algo diferente? Pero mira, tranquilo, moviendo la pelota, para mí tiene que ser algo diferente ya. Un pelotazo por arriba, hay mucho espacio entre medio de la línea de 4 y el arquero.
Toma el pelotazo, lo mandó Rim, la quiere Martini. Pegaba de cabeza, le termina ganando la pelota desde el fondo Farid.
Okay, alright.
Oh!
Yeah, turn on. Wait. Oh, corner. Here, let's wait. Yeah, wait till the corner. Yeah, during a foul.
Sí, pero es una jugada que está bien decidida. Lógicamente que Panamá va a hacer su trabajo en los primeros minutos, estar presionando al silbante para que haya una decisión a favor.
Listo en el área para defender a Aníbal Godoy. Se ha metido en el segundo palo McKennie. Buen cabeceador más allá de su estatura. También se suma Rim. 3 minutitos este primer tiempo. Pulisic y el centro.
Oh.
El cabezazo que no fue bueno. Buscaba la pelota Tyler Tesman. Jugada invalidada y moverá desde el fondo Panamá.
Okay, quickly.
Keep going there.
Yep, here it is, yeah. Yeah, because Paramount Plus has the other streaming service. Alright. Okay, where is it?
You have to go search.
Yes. I know, just
sports.
It's being slow on me right now.
Sports. This is sports.
Yeah, sports. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because it says Paramount Plus is also airing the game. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Here it is. Here it is. Watch live. Watch live.
Goal scoring at the club level to the national team
There we
level.
go. Okay.
Now
There we go.
it's needed more than ever.
Yeah. It just takes a while for it to
Back
get
to Orlando.
improve.
Mosquera, the goalkeeper for Panama tonight, came up with a big save in the quarterfinals of this competition against Costa Rica, which Panama won by 3-2 on aggregate.
Wow.
U.S. getting here via a 5-2 aggregate win over Jamaica. As Musa makes a run forward, his early delivery is cut out only as far though as McKennie, who goes through that area, but 3 able to close him down. Taken out of play there by Puma Rodriguez. Now for the throw.
Good recognition after that ball over the top. Matt Turner quickly into Tyler Adams. Musa saw some space, ran in, and was able to get in that final third fairly easy. Good ball by Tyler Adams.
Nice.
Tanner Tessman, we've seen an increase in his playing time for Lyon in France. Musa tries to win it back off of Jorge Gutierrez, and it is a free kick to Panama.
Yeah, that'll be one of the matchups there. Gutierrez against Musa, how he deals with the 1v1. He wins that battle there. So we're seeing width on the right-hand side with Musa. We haven't seen it so much yet on that left-hand side, but now Timothy Weah, as we mentioned, we thought was starting on that right-hand side. They've made that change. Pochettino did tell us that that's where he prefers Timothy Weah on that left-hand side.
A few players in slightly different positional profiles than we're used to seeing them with the U.S. under Pochettino. Christian Pulisic being the other, he felt that it's more of a number 10 kind of player, playing through the middle rather than out wide where he's been for so much of his career.
There we go. Okay, I was like, come on. Don't do us dirty.
Bent in behind from Puma Rodriguez, and Turner will get there first.
Nice. All right, good job, Turner.
And Turner has only started 4 games for his Premier League side, Crystal Palace, since the start of the year, all in cup competitions. He's not started in the Premier League. Worries he would retain that number 1 shirt without that regular playing time. Mosquera will just let it run to him. How much of a concern is that for you, Tony, is lack of playing time and the sharpness you don't get as a goalkeeper?
Well, I'm on record about a half hour after the U.S. got eliminated in 2022 talking about the fact that I think personally that guys going into 2026 have to be playing week in and week out with their club team. There's always going to be an exception, maybe, of a guy that's coming back from injury. But there's moments in me that say, you know, as much as Matt Turner, for example, you're talking about him, and I mentioned this in the Open, he's played well with the U.S. team. There's no question about that. He's been the number 1 for quite some time. How much better can he be if he's playing week in and week out? That's where I sort of lose sleep on this topic all the time. And I just got to believe, as good pressure here from Sargent, I just got to believe that playing week in and week out, I mean, we look at, take a Patrick Schulte, for example. I mean, Patrick Schulte's made his way onto the national team by playing 90 games since the last World Cup was played. In comparison, Matt Turner's played 28 games. And again, 2 different goalkeepers, but Patrick Schulte, by virtue of playing week in and week out, has gotten himself to a point where he's a national team goalkeeper now.
Turner, though, hangs on to that number 1 shirt as Panama will play through the trouble. Lovely skill there from Jose Cordoba, who's the first Panamanian to play in the English Championship. He's a teammate of Josh Sargent's at Norwich. Martinez interchanging there with Puma Rodriguez. Referee O'Shea Nation, the Jamaican in charge of the game on goal, but it's won back here by Martinez into that penalty area. Martinez tries to cross, and Tyler Adams cuts it out. Not one that Chris Richards would want to see again.
Yeah, he made a good read initially to come over and help Yunus Musa, who was in trouble down this near touchline. But then he doesn't recognize you, so he makes this first play. Martinez just continues with the play, and it looks like Chris Richards doesn't recognize that danger in behind, so Tyler Adams has to clean things up here, put it out for a corner kick. But you mentioned it, it's a moment where Chris Richards has to be a little bit more tuned in with the play in and around him.
No surprise that Tyler Adams was alert and provided the covering defending.
They left Pulisic out here 2v1, see if they take advantage of it on the corner kick.
One of the Panama attacking options are beyond that back post. Debate for Carrasquilla or for Puma Rodriguez to send in this corner will be Coco Carrasquilla into the heart of that area. Richards making amends by winning the header. Pulisic trying to judge that bounce, but it is Panama escaping with possession through Rodriguez. Carrasquilla going shoulder to shoulder. It's a free kick given against Pulisic.
The Panamanian side's not afraid to play under Thomas Christian. Look, this is a Johan Cruyff influence, right, in the way he interprets the game. Went to Spain at a young age, played there. So he has his ideologies from Spanish football. And he talks about he wants players to believe that they can play against teams like the U.S. And he wants to do it in a very certain way. And we've seen it over the last couple of years. It's been this team's been a thorn in the U.S. side in a lot of moments that have been really important.
Carrasquilla will leave it so Rodriguez can whip in. Sargent gets to Godoy back through that area, awkwardly off of Richards, and Ream will get rid.
That's a good Santos probably wanted it on his left foot, his more preferred foot.
Panama players are not that
Decided to
good.
play it across
Good,
the 6-yard box, nice and cleaned up, I'm sorry, by the U.S.
Panama with a couple of early threats from set pieces.
First real build down here from Panama.
Okay.
Seeing some pressure, light pressure with Sargent. Adams jumping out of the midfield there.
This is dangerous.
Carrasquilla will go direct, and Fajardo is tracking it, but too much on it. Easily collected by Turner.
Chris, we've seen 3 or 4 times balls over the top now to Fajardo, and we know he's the danger man. So as much as they want to play through the midfield, they're not afraid to put a ball in behind this back four for the U.S.
Richards. And Tim Ream, who again captains the side for Mauricio Pochettino. At a little over 37 years old now, the oldest outfield player to start a competitive game for the U.S. national side since your old teammate Fernando Clavijo in 1994. More than 30 years since a player of his vintage has started in the national side, but still getting regular minutes for his club Charlotte and MLS. Trusted in distribution. So distribute there. Good forward ball towards Weston McKennie.
Nice.
It's been sharp for his club Juventus in the Italian Serie A. Tessman. Scally will play down that left. Pulisic drifting out wide. Has to settle back again with Scally. Weah. Threatening a shot, but just ran into trouble and went through Jose Rodriguez.
We know Timothy Weah can shoot from distance. There was a good exchange between Weah and Pulisic down that left-hand side. Good recognition of cover and balance. This is the end result here. Weah just a heavy touch. Commits the foul. You saw some coordination down that left-hand side.
Turning and playing back is Edgardo Farinha. Anchors the back three tonight for Panama.
Higher press now from the U.S.
So
outlet.
Playing through it. Martinez and Adams again with the challenge. It's a clean one as well. McKennie losing out.
Oh my God, it's good.
With a lack of sharpness early on for the United States.
But you got skills.
Rodriguez whipping it at pace.
Oh,
leaping forward, but unable to get to it was Cesar Blackman, who made the run forward.
Yeah, like,
That one guy let the ball
It's a bit too much air on that delivery.
And we talk about this midfield here for Panama, and oftentimes we mention, we see a turnover sloppy from Tanner Tessman. We talk about Coco Carrasquilla, but his partner, Christian Martinez, in that midfield has been about as good as anybody during Thomas Christiansen's time with this national team.
As previous playing in the United States with Columbus Crew, actually played under Greg Berhalter. Former national team coaches. Will be another corner to Panama. Making life uncomfortable.
Yeah, starting to see Panama grow into this a little bit, feel a little bit more comfortable on the ball. They stretch the game with a few balls over the top. Now they can play underneath. Just looking here at the top of the box, they're really crowded by the penalty spot here. They've got Martinez free at the top of the box, maybe to run in and around. Blackman free at the top of the box as well. Everybody deep for the U.S.
Taken short with Blackman, who returns to Puma Rodriguez. Good delivery. Turner came for it and got a piece. Richards can clear lines. Well handled there by Matt Turner in the heart of that penalty area.
Had to get up and over the big body of Farina. Sequence for Panama on the corner kick.
The skills are better, like they can control the
Cordoba.
They can dribble so
Christian Martinez with Musa providing the trouble. Forward ball there from Carrasquilla. He's actually named Concacaf Men's Player of the Year for his performances, both at club level for Houston Dynamo, but also for performance at the 2023 Gold Cup. Rodriguez. It's a deflected cross, which Adams will get a piece of. Awkwardly bounced, and Scally will clear it to safety.
Chris, that shows some of the movement in the midfield. Rodriguez ended up on the right-hand side, but he started his play right down below us on the left-hand side. Continued to find space. Ended up now as a right winger. That's the freedom that Thomas Christensen gives his side.
Garaskia. And again. Anibal Godoy. Just a few caps away from becoming the all-time leader for Panama. He's playing for them the 144th time tonight, but the U.S. unable to keep it. Let's go down to the sideline and watch this one from field level as Nico Canto does a look at some of the U.S. players that are playing in MLS right now.
Absolutely, Chris. Listen, there's so much to break down and analyze from this tenure of Pochettino, the U.S. men's national team. He brings a lot of credibility, and when he chooses 9 MLS players to make up this squad, it almost goes unquestioned. As a point of comparison, Berhalter, the First Nations League, took 4. BJ Callahan took 4, and the last one in 2024 was only 2. So pretty significant. Poch has made an emphasis on playing time, and it doesn't matter where you're playing, even if it's on the domestic front.
Thank you, Nico. That is largely players who are on the bench tonight. Tim Ream, excuse me, is the one starter in the team that's playing in MLS right now, playing for Charlotte. But a lot of the depth, Pochettino seems to have valued his experience in the January camp, which is a preseason for MLS window that European-based players cannot play in. A couple of friendlies, and a lot of those players are back in the squad at full senior level.
Hey, Chris, I don't know about you, but the one word that stuck out to me in our conversation with Pochettino was the word trust. And getting into camp and seeing players and earning trust, not only with the coaching staff, but the players. Right? He even mentioned Tyler Adams, got to learn to trust each other. And Tyler Adams is a guy that we've got locked in the middle of the field, but that's the theme for him. He wants to see players in his system, and again, he has proven that he doesn't care where they come from. He's going to pick the players that he thinks best fit his system. And I said this yesterday. We were chatting offline, and I said, well, managers have to say that, right, when they come in. But the proof is always in the pudding, right? If you don't pick those players, obviously now you mentioned he's picked 9, so he's sticking to what he said.
Musa behind, Sargent making the run.
Oh,
defending there for Farina. Just poking away for the corner.
Okay.
We got a good angle here.
There's a good off, though. It's a good opportunity.
Like he was going to try and
Good
turn the corner.
opportunity.
Farina, though, gets a step on Sargent, but they do earn the corner. It's an interesting wrinkle here. We've seen it now twice. Timothy Weah off the field. We've seen this a couple of times. You just wonder what this is setting up down the road here for the U.S. Last time he sprinted off that line.
And Pulisic delivers. Sails over everyone. Well dealt with by Blackman on the far side. Adams. Tim Weah. Stay on this near side and to create some havoc. Tessman. First touch into that space and well played into Pulisic. Early from McKinney. McKinney's coming. Sargent. Lovely build-up though for the United States.
Right off the crossbar.
Good movement.
That was right off the post.
By Josh Sargent in the box. He
That
looks like
was
he's
right off the post.
go to second post.
Dude,
and he makes
that was right off the
a cut
post.
to that near post. Pulisic finds him.
Wow. Wow.
Ball seemed to get deflected before it got to Mosquera off the post, but you mentioned it, a really good sequence, good movement, good recognition from the U.S.
As this is from Panama, working out of the pressure, Carrasquilla, that raking switch of play. That's given away though. Sargent, who's all alone, can attack this defense. We'll wait for the cavalry to arrive and play it with Adams. Way up. They had a real target, but Mosquera was there.
Wow.
Again, more good movement.
Wow.
I want to see the first one.
Wow.
I want
to replay the first one.
Defender, you'll see it at the top of your screen here. just opens things up for McKennie at that back post.
Yeah, but the other
doesn't seem to
post
get
would be
all of it here, but
if you had headed to
good
the opposite
recognition.
pole,
Oh yeah.
would have been a
Panama, you don't want to
That
give
would've gone
crossers
in,
that
yeah.
much time.
No,
This
is this the first
this is
one?
the
Let's
one.
see what a run by Sargent. Back post, near post.
Oh my gosh.
Deflection.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow.
Kind of sharp box movement we've seen from him in the championship. He was recently dubbed the best striker in that league. Joe Scally. Have to hold his position tonight. Has filled in quite a bit for Serginho Dest at right back, but with no Anthony Robinson available, filling in on that left side, usually staying back. And this man, Timothy Weah, patrol that left.
Just want to be sure my audio is working. Yeah, it is. Good. All right. I wanted to work. Okay.
Adams and Musa declines that running behind and just keep it moving from side to side here, the USA.
Yeah.
Idea there from Richards into McKennie.
Oh, no.
Adams.
Not enough money for pass. Not enough skill.
And they keep it, and they keep it. Where are the openings? Ream.
See Tessman in there right by the referee, just trying to find a pocket of space. Timothy Weah trying to play off of him. Pulisic now stretching it to the touchline. It's tough to squeeze that ball in there from Scally.
Went through so many lines and didn't find it.
What are you doing?
We lost it.
Yeah, I know.
Godoy.
Thread the needle too badly.
Yeah.
Good patience defensively from Panama in that last sequence.
And Adams went into tackle Carrasquilla. Lovely to see him back fit. Did see him put in a tremendous performance at last year's Nations League, scoring in the final against Mexico. Here, that early opportunity though for Sargent.
Yeah, and that's the end result of that run. He goes through Medina's legs, hits his right calf off the post. Pochettino be happy with the movement on that play.
Did a lot of international headlines.
Wow, so we have
build
more
up to this match by saying that in 5 or 10 years, for sure, the United States can be #1 in the world. Credited the support of the Federation, particularly with the new training facility that's coming.
Nice.
As well, it's a lovely switch.
Nice.
Musa
Nice.
judging the bounce.
Nice.
And his next decision, he'll play with Adams.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Area.
Nice.
Down
Nice.
from Pulisic.
Oh, okay, you had it. You had it.
Shouts for handball there from the Panama players, but
oh my God.
lines cleared.
It's not a handball. Or at least I
Tessman.
don't think it was a handball.
He's down narrow, even with 5 that Panama is.
Oh, we're ranked 16.
Musa's found a lot of space here.
In the FIFA.
Really stretching this right side of the field.
Nice pass.
Ream will go over the top towards Weah, who might have timed his run to perfection as he controls in the area. He'll whip that cross.
Oh!
McKennie is there.
Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Wait. Oh my God!
Yeah, we had an inkling, right, that Timothy Weah may have been offside.
How was that offside?
But it seemed obvious you were talking about it through the call.
Yeah, that's
the end result. We don't see the pass. The kick point there.
Damn it.
Again, good movement. Looks like it is offside.
Good
reaction in the box here by Josh Sargent. Either way, he doesn't know anything about it.
Oh my gosh.
Negated by that early run from Timothy Weah, but there was space. There's a bad turnover here. They get lucky.
Tessman got a piece, and Ream trying to follow up that pressure. It'll be a free kick to Panama's Martinez.
That was so. Man, that was good. See there, he's offside. See, look. He's offside, yeah. He was offside.
A step offside.
I mean, you could have stopped that one even better.
But again, the guys in the box wouldn't have known anything about it. Continue their runs. I think if one thing here, Chris, Pochettino would want is maybe a little bit more
that was
balanced,
like so
a
close,
little bit more
man.
right-sided than they
That
have
could
been
have been
left-sided.
it. That could have been.
Maybe that's by design, but now we're starting to see Timothy Weah stretch the field out left.
Martinez taking some time to get up. Just as the U.S. are starting to gain tempo. No stranger to the dark arts of Concacaf. Green will have to win 2 headers, so go back towards his goalkeeper, Turner. United States having a few players leave on the eve of this tournament. Anthony Robinson, Austin Trusty, Johnny Cardoso were all named to the squad, but staying back in Europe with various ailments. Injury list of key players. Valerian Balogun, Ricardo Pepi, Malik Tillman, Haji Wright, Serginho Dest, although those last 2 are playing. Idea behind towards Musa, but Mosquera will get to it first.
Yeah, I think obviously the big miss is Anthony Robinson, and for so many different reasons, but I think most importantly that part of this has been built around Nicolo Martinez. About Anthony Robinson and his role on that left-hand side of the field. We saw against Jamaica in leg 1 in the quarterfinals that was more as a left winger, if you will, getting forward. And then there was that hybrid role in the midfield.
Gutierrez whipping it towards that. Here
Oh my gosh, I thought that went in.
Was always going into side heading, but left wing back, whether by accident or by choice, making him sweat a little bit.
Yeah, I think, watch how he lines up to this ball. It doesn't seem like he's trying to wrap it around and curl it. It looks like he's trying to get through it as a shot. Yeah, no doubt about it. He's trying to beat Matt Turner at that near post. Maybe read something in some video about Matt Turner cheating a little bit. Seemed to have that one covered, but I don't think there's any question about the intention of Gutierrez.
Referee asking for the ball to be put back into play after Fajardo was in that penalty area before the goal kick was taken. By the way, was Panama's first shot of the game. Had moments without really being able to make it tell as Richards and Adams interchange position.
Thank you.
Did you just do it, or can I bring it in?
You can bring it in.
Okay, Tonino.
Yes?
You might be able to, I might have a scrap for you.
Scally.
Oh, okay.
Or take one for Dad's.
Right.
I think a topper coat.
Weah needed an option and was
Let's
take the throw
You can sleep in it.
out of that deflection. Long diagonal, but too close there to Gutierrez, and won by the left wing back. Adams getting across and winning the throw.
Seen at times 5 or 6 U.S. players across the back line. Of course, you want some options underneath and somebody to check in underneath and sit in the pocket. Christian Pulisic's doing that now.
Musa. Timry possessing largely around this Panama shape. And they break it down. Looked resolute, Los Canaderos today. Tackle in from McKenny, but let's go out for the throw.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
A technical area, Panama, in good voice.
Yeah, they're active down below us here. There's no doubt about it. Someone dealing with the back 5. They got Thomas Christian dealing with the midfield. Another coach dealing with Fajardo up top.
Martinez getting the positioning there on Tessman, Ream was covering. Now Richards. Go back to Turner. We'll take no chances. Mauricio Pochettino is quite as dogmatic about playing through the back. It's a poor throw there from Musa, giving possession straight away. Turner will be given the option to hit it long if the danger is there. And the players the power to make decisions they feel is necessary as Weah goes. Scally will send it in with his left foot. Cross blocked there by Blackman, who does well to deal with it.
That's the first time Scally's gotten down near the end line with the ball. He made that overlapping run earlier behind Timothy Weah.
I have everything ready, just not in there yet.
Again, all 10 outfield players for the United States in the Panama half. Pulisic, dispossessed from behind there. Good step from Carlos Harvey, the Minnesota United man. Adams there first.
We had fun. There was only 4 of us, which was nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we had fun.
Adams will go direct. There's a bit of a bump in there from Edgardo Farinha. The referee, after deliberating, will give the free kick for that tackle against Josh Sargent.
All right, free kick.
No doubt the referee thought about this for a second.
I don't like how the ref wasn't
Making
immediate
ref here
on
makes
this,
the call.
on the call, but whatever.
Maybe a little bit too far here for a direct shot on goal.
Yeah.
It was difficult.
Well, don't. I mean,
From central areas, there's a hole over the top.
yeah.
You see the foul.
So how'd you like your fish?
Delicious.
How much did you eat?
70%.
Farinha, the culprit. Now, will the U.S. do with this free kick? It's about the range where Tyler Adams scored from in the final last year, but perhaps a bit ambitious to ask him to do it again.
Yeah, the toughest thing from central areas is creating an angle, right? Can you maybe find a pass, then a cross? You got to run diagonally here.
Pulisic will just lift in and no one really making a corresponding run.
A straight ball in that moment there is really, really difficult. Looks like there's a bit of confusion there with who was making what run, but as I mentioned, you got to get it wide somehow, or you got to start wide in one area and make diagonal runs, and that ball goes straight.
Richards wins the header. Playing a bit of tennis here as Adams gets it on the floor. McKennie can get running, but no room to breathe for any U.S. player on the ball. They're closed down so quickly. Godoy, been playing in the United States since 2015 with San Jose and Nashville, and now the expansion side, San Diego FC, just down the road here in Southern California. Cycling of play, and it will go out for the throw. You can watch the first 5 episodes of our docuseries Pulisic, which is available on Paramount Plus, chronicling the life and career of the U.S. men's national team star, both with the U.S. and, of course, with AC Milan in Italy. Tony Miola, you've had the chance to watch all the episodes, and
I have, yeah.
What have you made of it?
Well, obviously, the career part's fun to watch, but the life part for me has been really interesting. I think it really depicts who Christian is, you know. And
as that throw, it goes into the area. Here's Tessman. Squeeze it through, but no one making a run.
Yeah, and back to Christian, it's a guy that probably doesn't want the limelight all that much, and probably didn't do all of this for the limelight. He's going to have to expect in 2026 that he's going to be a poster child for the U.S. men's national team.
Adams went pressing and got a touch, but not a decisive one. Looked like he wanted some help. But Panama played through that pressure. His club side, Bournemouth, are one of the best pressing sides in all of Europe. They go and they hunt in packs. He's been superb in the Premier League. Skia out wide. Carlos Harvey in trouble. Let's go down to the sideline and Nico Cantor for more on Christian Pulisic and Mauricio Pochettino's relationship with him.
Yeah, definitely, Chris. I mean, you guys were on the topic of Christian in the documentary. I want to see how Pochettino envisions Christian Pulisic, and he told us it's like his Christian Eriksen at Spurs, that number 10. We see him play everywhere, and the way that he's employing him, you could see some similarities with the former Spurs number 10.
From one Christian to another. Caught my ear when they mentioned that.
Yeah, it's
so
not good.
how differently he'll be deployed. You have to look at this free kick in a dangerous wide area. Chris Richards getting a bit too much there.
No, Lucas ese.
Panama. As has Fajardo, although he's not gotten service in the box, but you can given opportunities like this. You know, Canaskia, Rodriguez, they can whip the ball in. We've seen it. A lot of space in front of Matt Turner here. I think anywhere in and around between the penalty spot and the top of the 6-yard box, that's your danger zone.
Saw Rodriguez deliver a great ball into that space earlier in the game, and he do it again here. Canaskia, referee is getting things sorted, pointing to Anibal Goloy, saying he is in an offside position. Canaskia will deliver, plenty of air on that one, and Turner will just watch it go out.
I think they call it the announcer's curse. Set it up as a good free kick. That he just got that one all wrong, but there was some space in behind, and we're seeing the reaction from Thomas Christensen. He knows those are really important opportunities. They haven't had a real flow in this game, Panama.
Hey, Hugo, I don't want the kitchen to mess
Tino
with
below us, his arms out wide, wondering why we can't find he's saying to himself, why can't we find a pass here?
Another direct ball, and Rodriguez will
No.
Problem just win that initial header.
No!
Win it around him, still being harried.
Okay. Good save.
Musa.
Never mind. Wait.
Rodriguez with a tackle that would be befitting of the Los Angeles Rams or the Chargers.
Yeah, good deal play here.
Green. Scouting.
Oh no.
Martinez winning it there off of Wea, playing through the challenge. Blackman in behind, and Fajardo will get to it. An impossible angle. Will be deflected away for a throw.
Yeah, come on, Wea.
Timothy Wea is down behind the play. He was in that initial tackle.
Uh-oh.
I believe it was with Carlos Harvey.
Well, yeah, we can't have any of that.
Wea back to his feet. Lots to ponder for Mauricio Pochettino at halftime. Lifted into that area. It's an easy catch there for Turner. Fajardo really the only one there, as Turner will go quickly. Looking like Justin Turner.
Nice.
Matthew Stafford in the building.
That's what you want to do.
McKennie.
Oh, okay, too bad. That's the kind of stuff you want to see.
Canaskia.
So we stop the ball.
Yeah.
Goloy playing through lines. Martinez into Fajardo. It's a good first touch. That second, though, didn't quite cast under his spell. Tessman playing away from the trouble, and Pulisic trying to find way in space. Debate over whose throw is it. It is indeed to the United States. Referee, have a word here with Weston McKennie in the center circle.
Wow.
Discipline would be a concern potentially for the U.S. Of course, Copa America match last summer swung on a red card, which was picked up by Tim Weah. is, and Reed will just play it back towards space.
Panama's been really good today at jumping passes and jumping lanes, and we knew they were going to be aggressive defensively. It's how they're built, what they want. They're a big team in that back line, that 3 center backs. Big players, so putting balls in the air and just trying to deal with that for Josh Sargent's going to be difficult. They've got to find other ways to break this team down, and we've seen a couple of runs in behind, a couple of runs off the shoulders of defenders. They've had some joy down the right-hand side. They're starting to get it down the left-hand side, but some moments maybe where they've turned the ball over in areas where they have good numbers that have haunted the U.S. today.
Kenny threatening the long throw towards Sargent there, but just play here with Tyler Adams. That was Christensen appealing in the Panama technical area for a foul throw.
Yeah, he didn't like the way that one was thrown in.
Wouldn't see that given too often. Here's Richards. A lot of passing between that back three. Tessman and Pulisic towards Weah. Blackman poking it away. This is Blackman, the first Panamanian to play in the UEFA Champions League.
He's been playing for
Slovan Bratislava.
Yeah.
Slovakian side who struggled at the bottom of the Champions League, but is still that first. Adams. Pulisic. And Tessman.
Oh,
and McKennie flicking towards Pulisic.
Oh my God.
Can appreciate the idea.
Yeah.
First time you really see the
it
US
was a
string
good start.
passes together through that middle.
idea. Oh.
Yeah.
Reed gets a piece, but there's space for Panama to attack. Jorge Gutierrez obliging. Well recovered there by McKennie.
Oh my gosh. What? Son of a...
Strongly won by Harvey. There's a bump in there from Martinez on Joe Scally, will result in a free kick.
Yeah, I don't know if Martinez knew much about this as the ball was traveling over Scally's head and he turned around and runs into Scally here. He does have his eyes on him here. Either way, the right call. I wasn't quite sure. It looked like he was looking over his head from our angle, but he did have a view of Scally there. We've seen from this Panamanian side, they are not afraid to get into tackles. Very, very physical. It's how they're built. It's how they've beaten up teams. The U.S. has to match that part of the game, and they've done a fairly good job of doing that so far. It has been awfully hard. Look at that right side of your screen just to find space.
Sargent trying to find the depth by running in behind. Godoy. Panama credit. You do get the ball, they will play. Keeping effectively against any U.S. pressure.
Well, I think we knew coming into this that Panama would not be in awe of any of this, right? They feel like they can beat the U.S. They have beaten the U.S. in big moments. You mentioned Copa America. Okay, there was a turning point in that game, but either way, they got the job done. But they are really, really organized, and that's the one thing that sticks out when you look at this 5-4-1, and we knew it was coming. They've occasionally gone to 4 in the back under Christensen, but it's predominantly been 5 in the back. Really, really narrow. The game opens up if you score a goal, right? This is a knockout. You got to win this to get to the finals. The U.S. has to find a goal. Then the game might open up a little bit with Panama coming.
Oh,
but
what
goals
about
like this,
oh
where you
my
got
God.
numbers forward, you can't give them away.
Tanner Tessman trying something ambitious there, but not quite coming off. Cordoba does well to keep it in play, but Musa will get to it first.
Give me a chance.
Yeah.
Here is Tessman. And there is the halftime whistle.
Wow, so no
first
extra
half
time?
stoppage time.
Wow,
United
no
States
stoppage.
largely
Wow.
frustrated through the first half
I
of
was not
play
expecting
here
that.
at SoFi Stadium. The Panama resistance has been firm. Josh Sargent, the best chance, which went on to the post.
All right, guys. Well,
Coming up next, we'll
we'll
have
talk
halftime
about this
reaction
break.
with
Alright guys, we're back for the second half.
Offside in the build-up. Tony Miola, we heard the studio team expertly break down the game. What are you looking for from the U.S. in the second half?
Yeah, I'm going to use Mo's words talking about Panama and they're comfortable. How do you make them uncomfortable? Right? They need an edge, right? They need to play at a quicker pace. The movement needs to be better. And take your opportunities when you get them. Credit to the Panamanian side. They've been tough to break down, but you got to figure out ways to do it. But again, how do you make them uncomfortable? How do you put them on their heels?
Christian Pulisic is starting on the right in this second half. Pokes in towards that penalty area. Referee not moved there with the challenge that came towards him. Good ball forward there from Richards. Pulisic, though, again losing out. Gutierrez and Carrasquilla combining. Ream covers any potential counter-attack from Panama.
So let's see here if Christian stays out on that right-hand side for Pochettino. He occupied that left. It looks like McKennie's out here on the left. Relationship with Timothy Weah.
Ream carrying well forward and towards that right side as well. He's trying to change the look a bit, it would appear.
Yeah,
Pochettino.
you know, to Thierry Henry's point about isolating Christian Pulisic 1v1, he keeps coming central, and that's what Pochettino told us he likes. I think he described him as my perfect 10 in the way that he wants to see that role interpreted. Now Christian's getting a few opportunities here to be 1v1. He's going to have to be aggressive in getting at players.
Ream going directed towards Weah. Well controlled. Tim Weah poking across that 6-yard box, and it is off of Carlos Harvey last and out for the corner.
All right, corner. Corner time.
Third corner of the game.
Good ball played over the top. We've seen it time and time again throughout Tim Ream's career. Weah does a nice job of getting to that. Interested to see what they're setting up here with Timothy Weah out of play. This time he doesn't make the run.
We'll go short and Pulisic will lift towards that back post. Richards' header across. Musa contests. Sliced awkwardly. Ream went up for it. McKennie just lifting it back in towards Weah. And poked away from Martinez. Vital intervention there from the Panamanian number 6. Tessman and Pulisic. He drive with a bit more purpose. Adams. Musa. Running here at Gutierrez and driving towards that byline. Decent cross. Harvey has to head clear. Again dealing with the danger.
You know, one thing about Panama being so deep, Chris, it's easy to get numbers in the box, right? You got everyone within 40 yards of the goal that you want in the attacking positions. You see the numbers forward here. So you're just waiting for Yunus Musa to get around the corner here. Nice. Sargent was at that near post. Ball clipped a little bit too long, but once again, good movement from the U.S.
Come on, Pulisic.
Pulisic delivers. Strong header away at that near post from Fajardo. The striker coming back and putting in his shift.
Don't put it back like that.
Good pop there from way around the corner. Combines well with Pulisic. Tries that square ball, and again it's off of Harvey. And out for another United States corner.
The U.S. looking a little bit more active here in this second half, coming out of the dressing room. I'm sure that's what Pochettino talked about. Movement's been a little better. Tyler Adams waiting for this one here. He's saying pick up the pace. He doesn't want to wait so much. There is nobody back here for the U.S. Tyler Adams is around the 18-yard box, about 5 yards out in the near side here.
He's got about 100 yards to cover. Pulisic delivers. And a catch there for Mosquera. But everyone was also back defending for Panama, so they'll allow the side to regain their shape. Harvey. Ream was in the way of that ball from Carrasquilla. Well, combined their way up. Running through this defense. A bump in from Fajardo, who's back doing the defending. It is out for a goal kick.
How about that recovery from Fajardo here? Who's center forward. So again, you're seeing flashes in moments here, including this sequence here. A couple of one-touch passes. Fajardo doing a good job defensively, as we talked about. So it's just that final moment that they need to be a little bit sharper, the U.S.
Oh, held onto there by Puma Rodriguez, who's caused some problems down this left side. Adams across and puts in a wonderful tackle. Tyler Adams looking his sharpest as throw-in gets sent in. Richards, a strong header away. McKennie out towards safety, but Harvey stepped ahead of him. Blackman cutting inside of Tessman, who did hit right side and can clear. U.S. have largely defended their own penalty area very well. Weah towards his Juventus teammate, Weston McKennie. Two have been regular players in the team. Weah playing largely as a right back. McKennie has played just about every position on the pitch. CBS team has tracked him as having played at 8 different positions for Thiago Motta's side.
The U.S. found a good moment here to press when the ball went back to Mosquera. They were in good position here. Unfortunately, a little deflection puts us out for a throw-in, but again, we're seeing some signs of maybe a few changes from Pochettino and how he wants to approach both with and without the ball.
Well controlled there by Pulisic, and now Adams
Yes.
lift it forward and well done towards Musa. Across there and winning it back is Cordoba. Strong defending.
Yeah, just too easy for Cordoba to get a body on Musa and win that.
Lovely back heel, but a better challenge from Tyler Adams.
Adams is fun to watch when he's covering ground, isn't he?
Looking back to his very best. Of course, a long period out with injury. Weah taking the strike out for range.
Nice,
right in Mosquera.
All right, nice.
Who's well
Good
placed.
job,
A bit more energy here from the U.S. team. Coming out of the dressing room, they're not waiting for Panama when the ball turns over, not waiting for them to get into that 5-4-1 here in the first couple minutes of this second half. Immediately going at them. Good run by Scally. Weah, we've seen him time and time again from distance have some success. It was almost that first half, it was too tentative. Let's let Panama get set up, and then we're going to try and set up, but it's tough to break down that many players.
Rodriguez has been so good in possession as Ream covers well and plays back to Turner. Rodriguez playing that ball in behind under duress and doing so brilliantly. Let's go down to the sideline as our very own Nico Cantorcano with Mauricio Pochettino at halftime.
Yeah, Chris, we got word that Pochettino was happy after the first half performance. They created more chances, which he was satisfied about, but it was difficult to find space. He mentioned that the field is not as big, but he's going to have patience. The field at the World Cup will be about 10% bigger from what you're watching here at SoFi Stadium. But as Tony alluded to already, in this second half, we've seen
Playing back with Scally.
Nice,
Tessman.
nice.
And
Nice.
again, the combination play. A bit more like it for the
Nice.
U.S. Adams
Oh
trying
my gosh.
to break that ball up towards McKennie, but couldn't find that pass. Ream
Oh my gosh.
tracking it. Will be a free kick to the United States as Ream was caught in the middle.
On goal, shoot on goal, shoot on goal.
Yeah. Don't waste any more chances. Just shoot on goal right now.
Excellent play.
McKennie.
Can't waste any more chances. They have to shoot on goal.
They didn't shoot on goal.
Stupid. Like they should just shoot on
Awkwardly
goal.
off of Musa and out for the throw.
Musa is hurt. He needs to come out.
Yeah.
He's making too many mistakes.
Again, better from the U.S. here with regards to energy, speed of play, a little bit more movement.
Yeah, but look,
That final moment, that final pass, a little bit more decisive here. Of course, when you start throwing this many numbers forward, you're susceptible to a counterattack, and we know this team can get at you in one or two passes, not afraid to go over the top, especially with Fajardo. He's got a bit of pace in him.
That pass again, like the sloppy.
Like, what even
Musa needs to see a bunch of players from the U.S. warm up.
I saw when he was
Look at the guy that starts to warm up, Chris, a little bit quicker than the other guy, your teammate.
They usually wear foot all the time.
Ball handled there by Musa. Weah and Scally on the overlap, cutting inside neatly. Scally.
Oh my gosh! You gotta be kidding me!
Weah.
Come on, Pulisic, come on!
Corner!
All right, corner. All right.
All right.
All right.
Starting to feel
All right.
momentum
Okay.
building now take a corner, but another good sequence, another moment where they're putting Panama under pressure. Again, numbers forward, ball turns over. They now have numbers ahead of the ball. They win it back. Pulisic trying to squeeze a shot in and around the corner there.
Pulisic again and towards that near post. Fajardo winning the header. Adams. And Musa controlling with his Milan teammate. Pulisic.
Come on, guys.
Just about into Pulisic again. McKennie.
Oh my gosh! You gotta be kidding me.
Godoy now running through two, and the
Come on,
referee
just
will
sub
give the free
people.
kick.
Come on, just start subbing people.
Free kick. Don't take it.
Panama captain on the day. Expert movement through that midfield to play through the trouble.
He just tried
Yeah,
to
see, Josh Sargent, a little armsy, if you will, handsy there, grabbing onto Godoy. I don't know if he recognized that McKennie was making that recovery run on the other side.
Puma Rodriguez. Jan Richards and Adams. Rodriguez carries. Richards with a bit of a pull, but the referee doesn't even bother to wave away. Way up. McKennie. Space is on for Pulisic. Yep.
Okay,
It does get to him from Tyler Adams.
Nice.
Musa will go beyond him.
Nice.
Pulisic.
Nice.
Towards that back post. And we'll have to watch it go out of play.
Oh, just wide. Come on, Pulisic. Come on, Pulisic. Oh, man.
Better going through the gears in the United States. Just that final ball that's missing.
Yeah, so I keep talking about that final moment, right? Needs to be a little bit sharper. That final pass has eluded the runners in the box. You do like the energy through the middle third of the field.
need a little more better play.
Yeah.
Richards. Strong in the air. Richards regaining his starting position in the Crystal Palace team has started the last 10 in the Premier League for Oliver Glasner. Way up.
Oh, nice. Nice. Come on.
Area deflected cross.
Corner, right?
They spin away for another corner.
Yes, corner, yeah.
That's explosiveness.
Yeah.
That was
Nice,
simple.
okay.
Push the ball by your defender. Run around Blackman here, a little back.
Yeah, like that's,
Goes
yeah,
down.
that was good.
Just looking for
That
some
was
runners
good.
in the box. Loose at that
That was
back
good.
post.
Pulisic
Near.
Oh, those passes are
Towards that back post as the U.S. went
guys
quickly.
they're too far past.
Yeah.
Left it beyond everyone. Pulisic frustrated with himself.
Yeah, the service hasn't been great today. A couple times hasn't eluded. We talked about that first guy at the near post. Got to get it over that first defender. You start to wonder now as we get into an hour into this one what Mauricio Pochettino is thinking with regards to changes. Does he need somebody that can maybe spring a pass, right? To thread that needle. Gio Reyna, the guys talked about it at the desk with Kate at halftime.
Oh my gosh,
Martinez
no.
trying to play that
Oh my
bounce.
gosh.
Ream getting the touch
Oh
to
my
it.
gosh.
Fajardo in that
Oh my
area.
gosh.
Low cross is
Okay,
blocked
nice.
by Richards.
Okay, we got it out.
Maybe Gio the guy. Is Diego Luna, who seems to be warming up down below us and at the quickest pace at the moment. Is that the guy that he needs? Does he do anything in the number 9 position with Josh Sargent? How much time does he get?
Panama having to be patient, but still take their moments. Can look a real threat. Carrasquilla. Godoy. Gutierrez off of Musa and out for the throw. Pulisic lifting forward. The U.S. win a second ball. Tessman did, but onto a teammate. Puma Rodriguez hits it off the back of his own teammate. Tessman keeping with McKennie. Scally turns. returning in his own box. Playing well away from the pressure.
Nicely done by Joe Scally to get out of pressure.
Come on, better pass it.
Clips 100 Bundesliga appearances with Borussia Mönchengladbach. Fourth youngest player to do so.
We get you're tired, but play hard.
And drive beyond Cordoba to puts the tackle in, and the referee and the assistant both give goal kick.
Yeah.
Musa
gets around the Gutierrez. Cordoba, as you mentioned,
Come on,
comes
guys,
over.
start subbing people.
Good cover. Musa thought he drew a foul.
Yeah, look, he should have
Didn't see much in it. I actually thought Musa went down far too easy here.
Too easy.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting over that guy, Musa.
Beating of one, but just not in the second.
Start subbing people, dude. Like, start subbing. Start subbing.
Referee was fighting for Panama to take that goal kick a bit quicker. Strong header there from Weah. He'll go running here with McKennie. Weah trying to cut inside there with Farinha.
Ooh,
it's off him last and out for the throw to Panama. We are tied after the 90 minutes. We will have both extra time and, if needed, penalties.
Shit,
I hope
US
not.
needed extra time.
I doubt we'll need penalties, or at least I hope we
Jamaica in
won't.
last year's semifinal needed a late own goal as well just to stay alive in the competition. And then went on to win. Direct from Mosquera.
And good pressure here from the U.S. Not allowing anything through the midfield. Ball turns over fairly easy from Mosquera. I think we're going to get a real idea with this substitution pattern here in the second half, what Mauricio Pochettino thinks about some of the players on his bench and who he's trusting.
Oh, come on.
Loose from Tessman, and Fajardo was racing. Ream with a needed sliding intervention. Pulisic turning but losing his footing. Stuck a boot up, and eventually the free kick was given. It's interesting when you look at the attacking options available to the United States. 5 MLS-based options, and Gio Reyna, really the attacking pieces. Diego Luna, Brian Gutierrez, Patrick Agiman, Ryan White, Jack McGlynn, all based domestically. Tackle in there from Godoy. Cordoba, neatly defined Godoy, who tries to break lines with Fajardo. It's behind. And that run forward was Puma Rodriguez. U.S. looking to go quickly, directed towards Sargent.
Oh my gosh, wait.
Pretty long for Farinha.
Dang it.
Mosquera just boots it into the stand.
Yep,
So down below us, we got Gio Reyna, Diego Luna, Patrick Agiman, Marlon Fossey, and it looks like Brian White. Those are the 5, and they're about to make the first call here. We're not quite sure who's going over. It looks like Agiman might be the guy, and we talked about how much time will Josh Sargent have. That is the case. This is a massive moment for Patrick Agiman.
Did score in the January camp, but what a story this would be. Ready to deliver in this moment.
I wonder what he does with Tessman in the midfield, who's actually been good, but does he give a different profile in the midfield? Looks like Agiman is going to be a change here.
Yeah, I mean, you may as well just go for goal at that.
And he talked about trust, and that was the word that stuck out to me in our meeting with him, our conversations with him, how he talked about players. He has mentioned it publicly.
I don't know why we're
going to find out who he trusts right now.
Like, it should not be scored.
Lifting behind towards Fajardo.
Oh my
gosh. Fajardo cutting inside. Jose Fajardo. And then the flag eventually came. Thought he might just have timed that run to perfection, but wouldn't have counted.
Yeah, we had, again, an idea that he was offside, but we're just waiting for that flag to go up, or not.
Wow.
He's offside.
He was offside, though.
Joe Scally is the deepest of the players.
He should have gone right for the ball.
I mean, interested in this substitution pattern here.
Well, I'm sure glad he did it.
Also looked like Jack McGlynn is getting ready to come on.
I saw him as well, which will lead me to believe it's Tanner Tessman. Leave Tyler Adams in that midfield to cover things up, and Tessman a guy who can, McGlynn a guy who can spray balls like Tessman is trying to do here. That one's a little bit short. I don't know if the profile changes all that much in that part of the field.
Mosquera again taking no chances. You wouldn't expect him to do.
We were sat around the table the last couple of days talking about this roster and the changes, and how many guys mentioned, well, how many times do you see a guy who comes into camp that's not originally in camp and make an impact?
McGlynn could do that. It was a late call-up after injuries to a few U.S. players, including Johnny Cardoso, who would appear is most like for like. Richards.
All right.
Pulisic.
All right.
Controlling in that area. Pulisic trying that low cross. It's cut out.
Okay.
There's everyone except Matt Turner within 40 yards of the Panamanian goal here.
Come on, pass someone. Okay, yes.
Nervy moment there for McKennie. Nearly lost control, but put it back up. Carrasquilla. Weah.
Nice. All right.
Lovely feet.
All right. Find someone else. Find someone else.
Green. Pulisic. Again, occupies that central area. Musa out wide. Sending that cross in. Sargent getting around the defender, Harvey.
Get it. Get it. Get it.
How come we're not going for
I think it's our ball. I think it was our ball anyway.
I know, but
A real physical duel in that middle as we now have the change. Josh Sargent will make way for the introduction of Patrick Ajiman.
Sargent has to go.
Never been invited to a U.S. camp at any level before the January camp.
And who else?
Called into the senior team now.
Who else?
And it is also Tessman who will make way in that midfield. Ajiman played at Eastern Connecticut State in Division III of college soccer. Then moved to Rhode Island. Played well in MLS Next Pro and has earned a chance with Charlotte FC to lead the line for Dean Smith's side. Now a big game for the full national team. Pulisic. Way up towards that area. McKennie wasn't quite alert to it, but that pressure is still on. Taking no chances there, Farinha.
Come on, please. Score, man. I don't want to go extra.
And one thing Jack McGlynn gives you in that midfield, let's go back to the Venezuela game, right? In January, the shot from distance.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he gives you that option.
That
Of course, he's a guy that can spray passes all over the field. This is a massive moment for Jack McGlynn here.
Nearly had 2 in the game against Venezuela. Musa.
Oh my gosh, what are we doing?
Scally. Doesn't look too uncomfortable playing at left back. In his typical position. Adams and Pulisic with recognition that that challenge is coming from around the corner there from Gutierrez will be a free kick, and now Panama will make their first change of the game. Cecilio Waterman coming to the game. Fajardo will make way. Can't fault too much about the shift that Fajardo put in, although Scotia Martinez was coming close to the bench to have a word with the coaching staff. It is Fajardo who does make way.
Yeah, Fajardo was a handful today. Didn't get a lot of service, as you mentioned, but did a lot of the dirty work. He put in a shift, as they say, but it didn't work out for him. Waterman, another player with experience that can stretch the line for Panama.
Green. Will Waterman provide a different look? That center forward option. It's a lonely job tonight for Panama, but that requires dogged work as part of the defensive shape. McGlynn, who's got a wonderful left foot and showing it there for Weah. Houston Dynamo in the offseason of Major League Soccer. Came through the Philadelphia Union Academy that has produced so many good players, but moved to Houston. Feels move to Europe is soon coming. Performance in a national team shirt wouldn't hurt. Pulisic towards McKennie. Pulisic went down. Comes back to Musa. Lovely feed into Pulisic. Pulisic in towards Wea, but so much traffic in the way.
That's a tight pass. Christian's trying to play through there. This one hits the referee. Panama's ball here.
What is the ref want?
Unlucky for the
What's the ref pissing on about?
United States as that next phase of play did look like it favored the U.S.
Whoa!
For Richards and Adams combining as well. And Richards is going to see the game's first yellow card.
What?
And you sub this
I don't know if this is as much about Chris Richards' tackle here as the substitute Waterman kind of hitting two players through this tackle. See Richards coming in here and then banging into Tyler Adams. It looks like the shoulder of Tyler Adams was more of the bruising part of that tackle. Richards still shown the yellow card.
Well, for Richards, huh? Wow, okay. We got the first part of the match. Wow, okay. First part of the match.
Waterman will get back to his feet.
I think it's a punch.
Richards will have to go the rest of the way on a booking. Let's go down to the sideline, and Nico Canto has got more on Patrick Agyemang.
I don't know if Patrick Agyemang's story serves as an inspiration for guys like me who played D3 that can make it to the U.S. men's national team, or perhaps it's really just a story of a guy that was way too good to be playing D3. He played 2 seasons, like you mentioned, Chris, at Eastern Connecticut Warriors. He got 30 goals and 10 assists in 39 appearances, and then made the move to D1, where he did play for the Rhode Island Rams. He still put up pretty good numbers, though. 19 goals, 12 assists in 37 appearances, something that had him selected 12th overall in the 2023 MLS Super Draft by Charlotte. So, pretty good for him. Maybe I can make it one day.
That full Argentina call was coming for you, Nico. I believe it.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, hit it first. Hit it first.
Look, the profile of Patrick Agyemang may be a little bit surprising for me in this match because generally the field's opened up and the way they play at Charlotte, you know, getting in behind the back four, certainly a presence in the air, but you think when the game stretches out a little bit, it fits his profile a little bit better. With this Panamanian side that's sitting so deep, I can see McGlynn coming in, right, because he can spray. We saw the first pass he sprayed out wide to Timothy Weah. I wonder how Agyemang approaches this here because he's going to have 3 center backs around him all the time. No space to run in behind.
A measured switch towards Musa. Difficult even when that space and wide areas is on the narrow width of the pitch. It's not too difficult to go and cover. As doggedly as Panama are defending. Good ball from McGlynn into McKennie, who evades the pressure. Pulisic.
Oh, Pulisic! Come on, Pulisic!
Chasing fouls. Cesar Blackman in the process.
Oh my God!
Starting to get the sense, watching some body language of this Panamanian side.
Pulisic,
They are short on the bench. We know that. Coming into this, they were missing some of their players. They are very short for Thomas Christian with regards to substitutions here. They're starting to wear down this side just a little bit.
Pulisic's not doing well. He's not making
Joel Barcenas, key attacking figure in the team that I imagine would have played a key role tonight. Did not pick up an ACL injury with Mazatlan in Mexico. Final quarter of an hour. Just haven't created too many clear chances. Rodriguez could have one here, but Musa does well to play off that header. Gets his clearance wrong. It'll be a corner, but first treatment coming in that midfield area.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Looks like it will be.
We should
Richards
not be this
down
sloppy.
A head injury, so take a look at that.
We should
miss
not
there
be playing
from
this
Musa.
bad, but here we are. We're playing like complete
Head
crap.
injury, which was
Get
waved
Musa
off by
out
the
of here.
referee.
Get
Pushing
Musa
Nation.
out.
Cecilia Waterman arguing his case.
Yeah,
about
put
that
Reina and get
aerial
Musa
duel.
out. If you can even do that.
Certainly would hope that he is okay. Here is that challenge.
Oh, poor guy.
Seems as though that elbow
He's no Musa.
grazed him as the
I
tackle
know,
went
I know
through.
Musa's been.
Yeah, I don't know that Waterman's swinging it as much as he's trying to get leverage. We see that from forwards all the time. Different story, of course, if you go and you wind up with the elbow.
Well, he's got a yellow card.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he does have a yellow. So
Mark McKenzie would be the like for like here with Chris Richards.
Yeah, get
He is getting
Richards out because
changed on the bench.
he already has a foul.
It would appear as though he would come in as now Richards will come off.
All right. Yeah.
U.S. will have to defend a corner without him. I think the hope would be that McKenzie could come on before that corner is taken now. Man, it's gone down for Panama on this near side.
Yeah, I don't think Mauricio Pochettino is going to wait here to see if Chris Richards can go back in. Now with 2 players down, he should be able to make this substitution right away.
Does look like Cesar Blackman has gone down.
He's got fast cramp.
Yeah.
Taking even more of the sting out of the game.
I think this is playing into the hands of this Panamanian side, right? They wanted the pace to be a little bit slower, as long as possible. Now they're going to, we just talked about how tired they look. They're going to get a bit of a rest here.
Ivan Anderson will be the player who looks like he will enter for Cesar Blackman. Have a change for either side. The referee just give thumbs up towards the 4th official that the changes can be invited on. Lengthy delay here. There's Mark McKenzie, player for Toulouse in France.
All right.
Richards will not continue.
All right. McKenzie's coming in.
So that aerial duel.
Right.
It's also on a booking, so it could be substitution of caution here. Now confirmation of the change for Panama. Blackman will come off for Ivan Anderson. Lethargic tempo to the game as we enter the final 10 minutes. Rodriguez delivers, strong header coming in. Will be a goal kick as Cordoba won in the air. Appeal that it took a deflection on its way out, but will be U.S. to retain possession. Panama would love to strike for one of those set plays. See, at this point, they just need to nick a goal.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a smash and grab, as we call it, right? This is the way that they want to play. And trying to spring Weah here has had a really good second half so far. He does earn a corner kick with a battle here against Ivan Anderson, who just came in. And sometimes you just come in, you're not necessarily into the flow of this game.
It's better.
Come on.
All right, come on.
Trying to
Make
shield
something
it out,
good
but
this
Weah
time.
does well. Play it off of Anderson.
Shane Nation and Weston McKennie have had a couple conversations here. And this one, I got to say, we're watching this. Gutierrez is just pushing Weston McKennie.
Pulisic delivers that corner to that near post, and it was dangerous. Chance for US to control with Scallop as well. Pulisic returns.
Damn it!
The best ball, though. And the Panamanians find on the break. Rodriguez. Carrasquilla left it behind him.
Wait.
And Ajimon
Okay, go for it! Go for it! Go for it! Shoot it! Oh my God! We have a chance! We have a chance! Go! Go! Pulisic! Go!
Pulisic will get to it before Mosquera. What a moment that would have been for Patrick Ajimon. Exactly the characteristics that Pochettino loves in the player.
That's what we were just talking about, getting in behind the back four. Ball turns over.
And here's Jack McGlynn. You mentioned those long-distance strikes. The block does come in.
But that's the profile from Patrick Ajimon. And as soon as the ball turned over, watch his run. He's immediately getting off the shoulder of the center back here. Wants to run in behind here. Muscles his defender off. Carlos Harvey. And a good save down low by Mosquera. But again, that's what you're looking for from Ajimon. Get in behind this back five. Get on the shoulder of a center back. Ride him a little bit and get a look at goal. The angle was a bit tough, right, with the right foot, the bending in and around, so he kind of struggled with that a bit, but you like that profile of Ajimon. No, can run in behind defenses. And there aren't too many moments like that with this Panamanian side playing so deep, because there's no space to run in behind. Keep in mind, that came off a turnover.
As Christian Martinez has gone down, also healing for a head injury. Here is that chance again. Is there maybe a different finish on Ajimon?
Yeah, he opens up his body here, maybe with the left foot to drive it to that far post. He's trying to get on his right foot, but remember, he's got a defender that's riding him on his left shoulder, so he's trying to keep the ball separated from the defender. Again, just a snapshot of the ability he has getting off the shoulders of center backs.
As Martinez is back to his feet. Told by the referee we'll have to come off for a moment, but no surprise, just as the U.S. get one chance, Panama slow things down. Stop-start. Difficult for the U.S. to get much rhythm.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
McGlynn. All the space from deep to pick out a pass. That's what he wants. In that role for the U.S. under-20s, the Olympic side as well. Adams. And Jack McGlynn.
We need a Messi that can pass long and active.
Scally picking out a good ball. McKennie making the run. Lifting the crossing. Straightforward cancel for Mosquera.
Just a little bit too much error into that cross. Mosquera, good footwork to get out to that 6-yard box. Time was perfect.
I don't want to go to extra
take his time here.
I really don't want to have to suffer with extra time. Come on. We need like a
I'd like to see some
late
pressure
game
from
miracle or
a
something.
U.S. standpoint. They're going to turn the ball over here fairly easy. An outlet header by Scally.
Hard to fault anything about Scally's performance tonight.
It's been good, Chris. It's been good. It's been solid.
Wham.
Okay.
Neatly worked there with McKennie as well. Scally lifting in.
Oh my God.
Dealt with by that Panamanian defense. McKenzie. Adams into Christian Pulisic. He summoned a moment of magic. Wham.
Come on, guys.
Just keeping the team ticking from deep.
Just move. Come on. Don't just stand there. Yeah, like don't just stand there.
On that right side.
Like that's gonna do nothing. Yeah, like literally just don't stand.
Tim Reed.
Yeah.
Timothy Weah.
Alright.
Wants to take players on the dribble.
Nice.
McGlynn.
Okay.
McKenny. Lusaks to play it back with Ream. Where are the gaps? Scally. Again sending a cross in, easily dealt with there by Harvey on the near post.
Get a little higher power on that.
Yeah, come on, man.
Smashed away there by Ivan Anderson, and Ream will have to let it
Back,
bounce.
get it back.
Calmly placed back with Turner.
Very nice. Okay, come on, guys, get it back.
Hurry, now's the time there, they're spread out.
Yeah.
Sort of that deep breath anytime Panama go on the break.
Yeah.
U.S. defense handle it.
They try to be quicker with the passes.
That's the worry, right? You've got a team pinned so deep back. There's a lot of space in behind. One wrong touch, one slip, one misplay of a ball over the top. Tim Ream did a really nice job there, just being settled, waiting for it to bounce. I think if Panama's going to score, it's either going to be off a restart right now or off a counterattack.
Hill, they better not score.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Pulisic and Achimon!
Oh my God!
Achimon!
All right. Good try. Good try though. Good try. Good try though. Good try. Good try.
Big chances for the Charlotte center forward.
Good try. Good try.
Good job here, getting separated from the center back.
That was like so close. Like it was like almost there.
Doesn't get full purchase on it. They were talking about that left-footed ball over the top, and this one's bouncing as it comes in. He cuts in front of the center back and gets it all wrong. That's a moment here for Patrick Achimon to find the back of the net. You can see it bouncing. May have been a deflection even on that one, a slight deflection that wasn't caught.
Maybe that close.
That's one you want to see your center forward get through the middle and smash it by the goalkeeper. Achimon has been active so far in a short time in this match.
From goalkeeper to goalkeeper.
All right.
Wow, off a goal kick. It's pretty impressive.
Spread, move quickly.
All right, come on, be faster.
Less than 2 minutes remaining in the 90. Soon there'll be a decent amount of stoppage time, but
yeah, but I'm not sure that's going to do anything.
Concacaf matches this.
What was that?
That switch has just a bit too much height on it there from Adams.
Yeah, that was not good. No, well, we're going to have a lot of extra time.
Surprised, Tony, we haven't seen
Giovanni
Reina
We're going to have a
just
lot
yet.
of added time.
Who might they also bring on that look for attacking options?
When we go back to the trust word that we got in that conversation, we saw Jack McGlynn, and again, I'm not comparing players. He's got a different profile in his mind than Jack McGlynn. He's got his knowledge of Jack McGlynn is better than it is of...
Don't stop. Be quick.
And that's just the reality. Hasn't seen him play a lot at the club level. Hasn't seen him at the national team level.
Yeah,
Am I surprised? The answer is yes. Am I trying to think of it from Mauricio Pochettino's eyes and the way his staff would be thinking about it and the conversations that we have? That's
all right, this is it.
Is the word trust.
That's what we need.
Yeah, I am surprised.
Yeah, but it was too powerful.
In a game where
slower.
you're looking for that one pass to spring the play. Whether it's through a line, a little clip over the top, a little bit of magic.
It was like too powerful.
And that moment might come, by the way, in this game. It still might come. But with regards to the substitution of Jack McGlynn,
all right,
well so far.
Rolled back by Pulisic. Left it behind him though, needed some help, and it's sliding in. That's an awkward one. We'll see Christian Pulisic receive a yellow
Oh
card.
my God. What bullshit. Okay, whatever, ref.
Source of frustration there. So another double change coming here for Panama.
How much added time?
Pulisic loses the ball, gets behind Godoy, gets his body in front of Christian.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
A bit of a frustrating afternoon for Pulisic. Not everything he's tried so far has come off.
Will be a minimum of 5 minutes added at the end of the 90 minutes.
I just said
Neither
that.
team
For 5 minutes.
able to find that goal as yet. Humo Rodriguez will come off. Ismael Diaz will be the one who will enter. Christian Martinez will come off. The introduction of Jan Morales.
very good games today for Thomas Christensen side. A lot of dirty work between these two players. The one thing you get from Ishmael Diaz is a guy that can stretch the field again and run it behind you. He does have a goal.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah.
Morales, part of Panama's recruiting efforts, was born in Panama, but moved to Ecuador at age 2. Now recruited for his second cap for the national side. He played a role in that decisive goal as Musa will just let it run.
Yeah, but don't just let it run. Oh, well, yeah. Well, in that case, yes. But yeah.
McGlynn.
All right.
Okay, basically,
direct.
All right.
like that's
Way out of control.
Where was this earlier in the game?
Quickly be surrounded by two, though.
Help him!
Get it! Come on!
Pass,
You should run for it sooner.
Skia.
Too slow.
Adams.
Okay.
Scally has to put the challenge in. Will come from McKenny on the second time.
Okay, come on. Too slow.
McGlynn will look
Okay.
towards Pulisic. Tracked by Cordoba. McKenzie.
I hate this. I
Play the header there with Musa.
I hate this. I actually hate this.
See the ideas, though, of Jack McGlynn in that midfield. Scally. Driving, trying to cut inside. Scally will have a second
Corner.
corner.
All right, corner. Come on. Come on. This is our chance right here. Just to end this game.
Around his game. It's been much better here today. It's like a bigger ask from Pochettino on what he wants to do for that position and how he wants Joe Scally to interpret it.
Ninth corner of the game. Pulisic delivers. Mosquera comes out. Has managed to get a piece, but Joe Scally hits it with the block coming in. Musa circling back to Adams. McKenny, lovely first touch. Weston McKenny!
Oh, McKenny!
Mosquera, who spilled the rebound. Pulisic was lingering. Just managed to claim.
Oh, come on, McKenny.
Nervy moments here for this Panamanian defense. Mosquera going over Mariña. A couple of opportunities for the U.S. on the second part of this sequence. Kenny on his left foot right at the goalkeeper.
Awkward header there from Pulisic.
Oh my
Mackenzie
gosh.
has to step across. Job still not yet done. Skia.
Oh my gosh.
Now it's Cecilia Waterman!
Oh, yeah. Oh, no!
You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Shit.
Panama scored, yeah.
Involved in the celebrations. Panama look to have done it to the United States again.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is bullshit!
Thomas Christensen's
Bullshit!
been resilient the entire match. Cecilia Waterman, the substitute who came in the 70th minute. It's one opportunity here.
Bullshit!
The right side of the box.
You've got to be kidding me.
Most of it.
This is such bullshit.
What a moment for Thomas Christensen.
Are you kidding me right now? This is a fucking joke!
On the counter.
Fuck this team, dude.
The box. A poor header. Back. That's what started the sequence. Now they get forward. Skia here, who's the music maker in the midfield for Panama, finds Waterman.
Wow.
Beats that to that far post.
Wow.
And the celebrations are on.
Wow.
With Thierry Henry for Panama.
Fucking ridiculous.
1-0.
Wow.
The U.S. has some work to do in here in the next couple minutes to get back into this one.
Yeah. It's like 1 minute left. We're going to be eliminated by this game over.
Panama knocked the United
Yes.
States.
They somehow managed to score with a minute left in the game.
The United States out of the Gold Cup
Fucking
2 summers ago.
fucking joke!
And now look on their way to knocking the United States out of the Concacaf Nations League in 2025.
You've got to be kidding me. You're just...
U.S. maybe have a minute
dude, we better, like, wake the fuck up. Because we're done at this point.
McKenny will lift towards Musa. His header is right. And Orlando Mosquera.
Wow.
Only the referee knows how much more game we have left.
Yeah, they may add a minute here or so after the celebration. But Mauricio Pochettino will ponder the ability of the team to score goals. That was one of the questions coming into this match. Where would goals come from? They had a few opportunities. So far, just hasn't been enough for the U.S. Credit to Panama. They were resilient. They stuck
credit
to the
my
game
fucking
plan.
ass.
If they can defend this here for a couple minutes, we'll be moving on to the final.
All right, come on.
Lifting Scally's header down.
Come on! Shoot it! Shoot it! What are you doing? You have the space! Shoot it! You have the fucking space! Just go for it! You're literally losing and time's almost up!
Into a Tyler Adams!
Oh my god!
Who sailed his strike. That looks to have been the chance.
Wow, what an opportunity here for Tyler Adams. It bounces up for him, just trying to get over the top of it and doesn't miss it by much.
Wow. Wow. And looks like this will be the final kick of the game, right? Final kick of the game.
On we go. The Panama bench is asking for full time. Perhaps the lengthy celebrations will go against them here.
Yes.
McKenzie, header down.
No.
McKenzie.
Get it out!
Ball. Free kick to the U.S.
Okay.
They gotta go.
All right, come on. Keep going.
There's the full-time whistle. For the first time,
Wow.
the United States will not win the Concacaf Nations League. Knocked out in the semifinals by Panama, who simply are the U.S.'s bogey team.
Wow.
Knocked out of a major tournament again. Major devastation for Mauricio Pochettino in his first big tournament in charge. Knocked away the U.S. want to be building towards a home World Cup in a little more than a year's time.
No.
We'll be playing a third
We got eliminated.
against the loser of our
Yes.
semifinal.
Panama's moving on to the final round.
Canada.
Is there
At
any
full
way?
time, it's the United States nil, Panama 1.
We got eliminated for like the first time in I don't know how long.
Good enough in the final third of the field, but we got to give credit to Panama on the way that they played. I
Yeah.
think if Thomas Christensen could
We fucking suck.
drawn up any better than it worked out.
Yes, Mom, we're out.
They were good.
We are out. It's full time. We're eliminated. Panama's moving on to the final round. We're done this year.
Not burying a few, but Panama today deserved winners here in this semifinal.
And there is Panama heroes, Cecilia Waterman, who gets the lone goal of the game. United States out of the Concacaf Nations League. Back to your team. Kate Scott.
Thank you very much, Chris and Tony. Good to have you with us here at the It's Kate Scott, Terry Henry, Clint Betsy, and Noah Adu. Obviously, we just saw some crazy scenes at the celebration with you, Terry. We'll get to that in a minute, but we have to talk about the U.S. men's national being beaten by Panama in the semi-finals of the
It's absolutely heartbreaking.
The players fail to say it all. I think despondency. This is shocking. This is bad.
Yeah, I mean, this is embarrassing. You look at Copa America.
Well, yeah, because we had no chance of winning this.
Tournament. And
it was like in the 94th minute. So
look at this situation here.
Once that goal got scored,
have an opportunity to win your
that was the game.
Nations League. And Panama does it again. They're our bogey team, and we weren't good enough. We had 4 great chances. Of those chances, you think we scored at least 1 or 2 of those. We weren't able to get it done tonight, and it's an embarrassment.
Panama deserved this game, Mo.
100% they did. This feeling feels too familiar.
This game should be a wake-up call for our team. Like, this game should be a wake-up call.
Throughout the match, halftime, second half, it seemed very clear one team had a plan, and they executed that plan, and that was Panama. They
set up in their tactics in a 5-4-1. They said we're going to limit the American attack. We're going to stifle their attack. We're going to make
this is the first time in like a while that we're not advancing.
We knew that in one moment. Some of the bench came in and made an impact, and Cecilia Foreman scores a great goal to win the game and take his team into a final. And it's frustrating because we were optimistic, bullish about this team.
No,
history in this competition.
This isn't the World Cup, Mom.
Leading into the summer, the expectation was how can
this is Concacaf Nations League
in the right direction, rebuild after a disappointing Copa
America.
So
it's a different tournament.
Again, and now I'm in this same chair, different chair, but same situation. We're feeling deflated because we didn't get enough out of this performance.
What's the non-American view on this? How do you reflect on this game?
I'm just upset.
Look, I can understand the deception here on my left. But you have to give Panama a lot of credit. They tried to play when they had the ball. Obviously, they're going to defend low when the US will be on the ball. They had an idea of what they wanted to do on the counter, building from the back. And yes, we were here saying that great finish, by the way, because it wasn't an easy angle to be able to finish that. But once again, same team.
Concacaf Nations League.
Missing a lot, by the way, of their players, are quality players. Sorry, no disrespect. But the game plan was very good. Playing a 5-4-1 is very difficult to beat. And at one point, I thought that in the first half, the US team struggled to find Pulisic between the lines. I thought that when he went obviously on the wing, as you can see, he started to create chances. Yes, the US had chances, but overall in the game, you can't say that
when it's been scoreless all game, and then when all of a sudden you get to the 94th minute, and then boom, that's it. Panama scores. All the hard work you put into is out. It's out in the dark.
There were circumstances that made the game
that's just
go
not
Panama's way.
Today
is not the case.
And we just saw those the Thomas Christensen.
Yeah.
Deserves credit. Like he's right.
Yes.
The game in Copa America, you can reflect on and say you can almost put an asterisk by it, and you were hoping for this game. You were patiently waiting for this game because we're gonna keep learning from the pitch. We're gonna learn from that mistake. They'll be feeling our right in terms of our motivation. We want to right that wrong. We want to convince fans that's a one-off situation on home soil. That's something that you continuously stress. On home soil, we lost to Panama. We did it again. We did it again, and the frustrating
part we did do it again. We lost to them last year too. So this is twice in a row that we've lost to Panama now.
Whether it's the tactical point of it, the subs that he made that came in and impacted the game.
So one goal decided it. The goal celebration. I know it's hard for you to enjoy this moment, but can we relive this moment?
This
was kind of a cool celebration.
That was outstanding. I'll be sorry guys, but that was outstanding. Like I was shocked, fairness. That's a hell of a finish, by the way.
So
I was shocked.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, so was I, because I thought we had a chance, but then look at that play.
Obviously, he knew where we were.
I didn't even see this coming. It happened before I was ready.
No, I saw him coming, but you guys left, and I was like, hey, wait.
Oh.
What's he saying to you?
I've seen when the crowd gets around you, so let me get out of there.
He said to me, eres mi ídolo. Eres mi ídolo.
You're my idol.
He said, eres mi ídolo. And I didn't know what to do, so then eres mi ídolo. Tú eres mi ídolo. And then I was like, oh, why am I? Oh, maybe, I don't know. It was right. So unreal. I was like, hey, wait.
When I saw him pointing at you, I'm looking around like, hey, where's security at? What just happened?
Hey, no, first and foremost,
Bo ran, I was here for you, dog.
you stayed.
I'm not gonna lie, that little bit was funny.
I was sitting there
doing nothing.
Kate was long gone.
I saw him kissing TT. I thought it was all right then.
No, but just aside, look, I never thought I was going to be part of a celebration like that, and not scoring the goal. Not being even on the field, but look, that's what it meant to them. I saw in his eyes because he was pretty close that he was in trance, and then thank God I understand.
Our team definitely needs a big wake-up call because this should not have happened.
I don't know if we were going there, but no, that was special, really. Wow.
And for Wartsman himself, that's got to be a career high
moment. Well, yeah, I mean, if we can't qualify for this, then we most certainly can't qualify for the World Cup.
For a impartial
like,
fan watching
this
game,
is literally practice for the World Cup. If we can't win this, then forget about the World Cup. Forget about it. No chance.
We've asked for him, by the way. We've requested him to come over to the.
I'm gonna say something.
So yeah, this is literally practice for that. So
I've won stuff, I lost stuff.
So yeah, there's that.
That's gonna be up there with everything. Like I don't even know how I'll end up being in it. I'm in it. I have to show my kids.
TT's come in here and become the 12th man for Panama now.
Come on, bro.
Just what we needed.
Standing. Pete, thank you. Thank you.
Then on the side of the U.S. again, like
No,
we have the World Cup coming up here.
But hold on, Clint. We're just reliving it again one more time.
Yeah. Well, again, literally what I said. If we can't win this game, then just forget about the World Cup because that'll be a lot harder than this.
Wow.
So
I tell you
my
what, though,
point
just
stands.
to your point though, Clint, I was here thinking, oh man, this sucks. We're about to go to extra time. You know, I had hoped that the U.S. would get this done in regulation time, move on to the next, on to the final, and let's then think about Mexico or Canada.
Not happening this year.
And then that happens, you think, okay, now this really sucks.
Yeah, I mean, you think about us not getting out of the group of Copa America. You think about us not even getting to the finals of this competition now. All you have left is the Gold Cup in terms to prepare. You're not going to have your full lineup because of the FIFA Club World Cup.
Right.
And it's like, then after that, what if you don't do well in the Gold Cup? How are you building this fan base to get behind this team? You look at the crowd. Oh, so I'm just frustrated. I'm upset.
I understand.
Because you want to feel like the team is moving in the
Yeah,
right
so
direction.
this is why.
Because you never are going to get a bigger opportunity to do something special in your life than something like that.
Yep. We are going to go to a very quick break. We'll be back in just a minute. We've got loads more still to come for you. We have another game still to come for you as well. Another semi-final between Mexico and Canada. But we'll wrap all of this up for you. Stay with us.
Yeah, I mean that was really my reaction. Him just getting out of the chair. Like that was literally my reaction. Alright guys, well, I really have nothing else to say, so I'm just gonna wrap this up here. Thank you guys for watching. This absolutely ruined my day, but whatever. Like, share, subscribe, you guys know the drill already. Ring that bell, helps me out a lot. I'm signing